Hi, I'm Susan Francis. I'm the Deputy Director at the Maryland Volunteer Lawyers Service. And I'm going to talk briefly today about what is estate administration and why you should avoid it. So most folks don't know anything about estate administration, and what they might know maybe is that they've got this idea that they should avoid probate, but without really knowing what that is. So we're going to talk about that really quickly today, and why probate indeed is a bad thing and why you want to avoid it. So when I say probate, just so you know, in Maryland, we call it estate administration. It's exactly the same thing. And also, when I talk about estate administration, that's different from estate planning. Estate planning is when you prepare documents ahead of time, like your will, your advanced healthcare directive, and your financial power of attorney. And those are good documents, and you absolutely should do them. Estate administration is what happens after you pass and what happens to your property. And so when I say property, I mean your house, your car, your checking account, anything that you have and how that's going to go to your family or friends or anyone that you want that to pass to. So there's really just two kinds of ways that this property can move or go to the person you want it to go to. Either you have to make some plans while you're alive to set up how that property will move while avoiding this probate or estate administration. So with your house, you can set up a life estate deed. With your car, you can set up a beneficiary designation. With your checking account and savings account, you can do payable on death. And then with any insurance or retirement accounts, you can set up beneficiaries. And you really want to do that because those are steps you can take to avoid probate. And just a quick note, you really want to do this as well as opposed to just putting someone on your accounts as a joint account holder, which can make all of your assets a little bit risky in terms of being able to lose those. So going through this other process is really a better way. If you don't do those things, then your the people that your family and friends that survive you are going to have to go through the estate process. So when we talk about wanting to avoid probate, there's a couple of reasons that you want to do that. So if you've waited until after you've passed and haven't made these plans, what'll happen is if you've done a will, and that's good you've done a will, your will isn't enough because the will will say who is going to get your stuff, how it's going to be distributed, who's going to oversee it, as well as if you have children, who the guardianship of those children will be. But it won't take care of getting that property to that next generation. So what has to happen is you open an estate, and the reason we want folks to avoid probate is it's expensive. It's at a minimum $300 to $800 or more. It's long. It takes at least 6 to 9 months and often longer. And you got to go through the hassle. You have to file forms at your local register of wills. You have reporting requirements. And then only after that estate is closed are you able to then say, okay, Bob's getting the car and Jane's going to get my checking account. If you take the steps that we've talked about during your lifetime, that'll completely avoid the probate process. So your takeaways from today should be, please make sure you do your will. Your will is very important, but you're not done once you've done your will. You also want to make these extra plans about how to avoid probate so you can avoid the cost, you can avoid the time delays, and make sure that your property, all the things that you hold valuable, go to your loved ones. And we're going to post information with this video about some helpful tips we have about avoiding probate, including a video and a fact sheet, as well as how to just go about estate planning in general. So please be motivated to go out and take these few simple steps to help you avoid the estate administration process. Thank you.